All right, everyone. Welcome back to another Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade video. Today's video, I made another character concept, and I also want to briefly talk about this before we really jump into it. I made this poll asking you guys what kind of content you would like to see the most from this channel, and I included summons, character breakdowns, strategies, news, and updates, as well as character concepts, which character concepts definitely won out of 67 versus the character breakdowns. I'm still going to be doing all of these summon videos, news, updates, character breakdowns. I'm going to do everything here. I was just kind of curious, wanting to get an idea from you guys, like what you guys like to see the most of. And with character concepts being the highest voted, I'm definitely going to follow through on that. So thank you guys, everyone who voted. I only got 9 votes, but I thank each and every one of you. And especially thank these guys down here, Bacon King 3255. Character concepts and summons sounds like a W, not gonna lie, as well as Ja'Cory Jones. I don't care. I'm gonna watch the video. Thank you guys. Massive shout out goes to you guys. Really truly means the world. So, with that being said, I want to jump right into it. So, True Curse MAHITO. He's a blue unit. Why did I choose to have him a blue unit? So, kind of the only rhyme or reason why I even had the thought process was I just made a red Megami concept. I made a yellow Sukuna concept. That leaves blue and green for Shibuya units that I would want to have a character concept on. And, you know, we already got a green MAHITO. I didn't want to make him green, so that literally just left me with blue. So this guy is going to be an attacking physical character, so that's another thing I thought about it. I was like looking at this list and I see, okay, well, we got Jujutsu, kind of physical, not really. He's physical, he's solid. Jujutsu, like the major DPSs on this are Jujutsu type guys. This guy's Jujutsu DPS, this guy's Jujutsu DPS. I believe this Nanami is actually combined. That leaves only Yuji. So I feel like this actually kind of worked out a little bit better than I expected. So he's a blue physical unit. His stats, no big rhyme or reason why. That just wanted to make them as current as I could with JP. But the main thing to take away from this is that his physical taijutsu is higher than his jujutsu. He's a very physical oriented kind of unit. So, all right, as usual, all kits are level 10. The first kit we have. Before I start reading that off, I want to mention with that Maharaga showcase, I did want to bring up real quick about how, for some reason, I tried to rewatch that video today, and I don't know why. I sound like Alvin and the Chipmunks in it. I don't know what happened. Something must have screwed up during the upload process. I don't know what happened for it, but if you guys want to get a good laugh, you hear how I sound as a chipmunk, you can go watch that video. But for some reason, I don't know what happened with it. I don't know. That whole video feels like it was kind of a letdown. That was just the cherry on top. I feel like it was difficult to make a Maharaga concept video because Maharaga as a character is a little difficult to match in terms of how he functions. There's definitely a couple things I would have done differently if I were to do it again, but I think I implemented those thoughts I had about that Maharaga video and put them into this video. So without any more further delays, skill number 1 is called Defiguration Attack. Now, I also based this off of the MAHITO, the green MAHITO, and his skill 1 here is Defiguration Attack as well. So the only difference is it deals more damage. It's 400% melee taijutsu damage to the selected enemy and stuns the selected enemy. 1 turn, 1 chance. As well as it has a zone state ability. So this guy, clearly, he's got the black flash. He's going to be doing some black flashes. So, mind you, I should probably actually transfer this up here. So this is no matter what. So if he is in zone state, he's still going to have that same black flash rate, but I wanted to add some abilities here. Stuns the selected enemy, 1 turn, 1 chance, 80%. Still the same. The only changes is right here. Let's just make it a little bit more consistent. Increases own break damage by 150%. 1 turn, 1 time. So Gonna be doing a little bit more break damage, as well as deals 680% melee taijutsu to the selected enemy. So it's gonna be doing a lot more damage when he's in zone state. So this effect right here is constant when using this ability, and it's basically the same ability he has right here too. The only thing about it that it's a lot of words. Just know that if the enemy does not have a weakness, it changes his ability, his skill type to match whatever the enemy's weakness is. So he is doing the same amount of damage no matter the enemy's weakness. Even if they're not weak to this blue type, he's still going to be doing consistent damage. He has type advantage on this skill with every single unit in the game. So that's going to be very, very nice. And I kind of based this skill off of the skill that he used against Yuji whenever he cracked the hell out of Yuji's face and he gave him that big scar. This is exactly what I had in mind. He has that little blade right here and says, "I could have split your skull." So very, very cool stuff. I really like the way this one came out. I like the way all of these skills came out. In all honesty, I think all these skills are great for this guy. But this next skill, the skill 2, is probably my favorite skill I've made currently so far at all. So it's called Transfigured Humans, and it's a lot of text, but bear with me. So summons a transfigured human based on current cursed energy. If 20 to 40 cursed energy, summons 1 transfigured human. If 40 to 59 cursed energy, summons 2 transfigured humans. If 60 or more cursed energy, summons 1 polymorphic soul isomer. So you can see I've kind of gotten them color-coded. So the transfigured human ones are in red. Anything related to the polymorphic soul isomer transfigured human is in blue. So as far as the 1 and 2 transfigured humans, it is each transfigured human has the character's 20% maximum HP, and enemies damage dealt of 20% will go towards transfigured humans instead of the character. So if you have 2 transfigured humans, this is 40 and 40, basically, respectively. So very strong, very good. But the polymorphic soul isomer is the guy that you want to be shooting for. Polymorphic soul isomer has the character's 60% maximum HP. Each damage dealt of the 60% will go towards the polymorphic soul isomer human instead of the character, as well as this polymorphic soul isomer sub-character cut type deal gains an additional permanent 20% damage reduction buff when summoned. So basically 60% of the damage is going, he's going to take 60% of Mahito's health is going to be his maximum HP additional, as well as 60% of the damage dealt will go towards him, and he has a 20% damage reduction buff towards the damage going towards that 60. So very, very good. Very good. You definitely want this guy. So all the transfigured humans will disappear once HP has reached 0. So once you summon a character, it also does a little bit of damage, deals 400% taijutsu damage to the selected enemy, and increases the selected enemy's taijutsu damage received by 20% for 2 turns. And this is a one-time thing. Basically, the moment you summon, it deals this as well. And from here on, the skill will change based on who you have summoned. So if you have summoned either of these 2 transfigured humans, the skill is going to be 30 cursed energy, and it will be dealing 620% taijutsu damage to the selected enemy, up to 2 hits depending on the transfigured human count. So if you got 1 transfigured human, it does just base 620. If you have 2, it does it does 2 hits of that. So, and increases the selected enemy's taijutsu damage received by 20% for 2 turns. Again, I feel like that's kind of balanced because it's also like 30 cursed energy. So also, with the polymorphic soul isomer, deals 900% taijutsu damage to the selected enemy for 2 hits, as well as increases the selected enemy's taijutsu damage received by 30% for 3 turns. I feel like that's kind of worth the 50 cursed energy right there. You might not hit it every single turn, which would be crazy for dealing 1,000 damage twice, as well as keeping this buff. That's why I kind of had to keep his cursed energy higher on this one, because it's just such a good move right here. So very, very good. I really like the way this came out. If you're trying to remember what these polymorphic soul isomer guys, it's basically a very buffed up version of a transfigured human. So that's what they look like. So the third skill I have, I tried to keep in the middle. So honestly, if I wanted to, I would have made this skill 3 and this skill 2, but I digress. It's whatever. Skill 3 is body repel. 20 cursed energy increases own break damage 100%, one turn, one time. Deals 320% range taijutsu damage and 300% range jujutsu damage to the selected enemy for 2 hits. It also increases the enemy damage received by 10% for 2 turns. And that's 20 cursed energy. I feel like this is a good middle skill. It's stronger than this, a little bit weaker than this, but it still is going to be a consistent skill you're going to be able to get off. So I'm very happy with how this came out. So, and plus this is a cool move. I like what he used against Yuji in the Shibuya incident. So his ultimate, if you haven't already guessed, is Black Flash. And Black Flash deals 1,600% melee taijutsu damage to the selected enemy and activates Zone State for 2 turns. As also guaranteed to perform a Black Flash. Very, very strong move. It's just a solid, very high damaging skill. The Zone State is very important. The Black Flash is important, as well as it gets the Mahito ability all the way up here, right here, where he constantly has that type advantage, basically. So this is going to hit very hard, and you're going to want that Zone State. And why you're going to want that Zone State, I'll explain right now, actually. So whenever he hits a Black Flash, which is his ult, or if he hits it off of this right here, which is a base 20% Black Flash rate, unless you zone. When you get into zone, I haven't explained it yet, but you get an additional 20% Black Flash rate, which is right here. He gets an additional 20% Black Flash rate. So on that one skill, he's going to be gaining 40% Black Flash rate instead. So at the start of each turn, if Zone State is activated, increases own taijutsu stat by 30%, increases own Black Flash rate by 20%, recovers own cursed energy by 20%, and reduces own skill cursed energy cost by 5%. I feel like this is kind of crazy. So you say you use an ult, you have 0 cursed energy. Turn 1 comes by, you get 20 cursed energy, so you could just instantly use body repel straight after, get the damage received up. Or you can save it. What I would recommend is if this was a real unit, is you hit the Black Flash, get that cursed energy to come back, save your cursed energy, start spamming these, and if you can get it, there's a special thing regarding these Black Flashes, and I'll get right into that. But then you also have the transfigured humans if you save up cursed energy, so very nice. But yeah, so what I was talking about is, when each Black Flash is performed, recovers own cursed energy by 10. Holy shit, dude. Maybe that might be a little bit too much. That's 20. That's 10. That's 30. Ooh, man, that's a lot. I might lower that. I swear, I've done this video at least like 5 times. Every single time I've done it, I felt like, oh, maybe this is busted. Oh, maybe this is underwhelming. And I've adjusted it. So I'm just... this is what I've got, man. I've tried this at least 5 times to make this unit pretty not busted, kind of busted, in the middle. But the whole point of the Black Flashes is grants the user 1 soul observation token. It wouldn't be a character concept video if I wasn't introducing like some sort of new token or new like concept for a character. So what do these soul observation tokens do? You'll have to see in a moment. What this is kind of like the soul that he finds within himself to, spoiler, transform. But that's his soul. So you get 1 soul observation token. In between that, this is just his standard regeneration skill. It's the exact same one. I literally just yoinked it from over here. So at the start of each turn, if own HP is 70% or below and own cursed energy is 40% or above, which he's going to be getting a lot of if he's getting these Black Flashes, recovers own HP by 8%. Lower own HP is, the greater the HP recovery up to 16%, inflicts damage cut to self or decreases own damage received by 12. The higher own cursed energy is, the greater damage received is. So now, standard stuff without regeneration, but about this soul observation token. Soul observation gained with each Black Flash performed. If the user obtains 3 soul observation tokens, changes into instant spirit body of distorted killing form immediately following the turn in which was last obtained. This is the skill. This is the form. So what about him is good? we'll get into that in a moment. But the reason why I chose 3 soul observation tokens, I tried to keep it lore accurate. In the lore, he hits 2 black flashes, and that is whenever he's able to turn it into the instant spirit body of destroyed killing. But in this, I feel like 2 was too little for what the instant spirit body of destroyed killing is doing. Oh my god, what a mouthful. So I made it 3 just to make it a little bit more balanced. So this guy, when he's in instant spirit body of destroyed killing mode, the following effects occur: regains 30 cursed energy once only, and regains 50% health once only, performs an additional action 1 turn, and grants self-immunity to critical hit damage, which I think is just kind of crazy, as well as decreases all damage received by 20% and increases all break damage to skills by 200%. So, kind of thought process on this. This is overpowered, and this is really, really, really busted. All this combined is just, I mean, everything combined with this unit, it just screams just like best unit in the game. And I've believe it or not, I've tempered it at least 5 times now. I've made it I've made it worse. At first, like, this had no cursed energy, and it was basically, I realized, oh shit, once you use the summoning, like, you're not having any cursed energy to use these free, like a free 900% twice. Like, that's absurd. So I had to do that. I mean, I've workshopped this to death to try to not make him too busted, but I just, each time I do this, I feel like, you know, I'm getting closer and closer to what I think is probably a true form Mahito, like, actual concept. So I think I have a good solid grasp. I think this unit is actually very, very strong, dude. Honestly, like, he's getting all this cursed energy. When he transforms, he gets 30 cursed energy. When he's doing a black flash, he gets 10 cursed energy. Whenever he's at the start of each turn, if he's in zone, he gets all this cursed energy. I mean, this is a strong skill already. Man, dude, yeah, he might be just... I think I cooked, but maybe I cooked too hard. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Is this too overpowered? Especially all this. Like, I put a lot of skill in this to be kind of balanced. For example, the high cursed energy cost, especially on this. So, yeah, I don't know. One regret I kind of had with that Maharaga video is, okay, Maharaga, dude, he is just so plain Jane simple. The fact that all he does is punch, kick, throw, that's it, and he adapts and heals. So when I was making that concept, I was like, okay, he's got this punch, he's got the sword, and then what else is that? Adaption? I don't know. And I feel like I made the Megami a little too underwhelming. Someone pointed that out in the comments, and I actually really, really agreed with them. So shout out to him. You know who you are who commented that, like, because that was a great point. And I tried to make it to where, you know, this Mahito, before he transforms, stands as his own character as a great unit. I also thought, you know, even after his transformation, I wanted him to keep the same moves because I feel like they're so good that it's just like, I don't know if I could make moves after his transformation that would be on the same level as these. So the only kind of solution I had in my head was for him to just get permanent buffs. Like right here, this is all the permanent buffs he receives. If you really think about it, that's not a whole lot. Decreases damage received by 20% and increases break damage to all skills and an additional action, which might honestly be the most overpowered thing about it. Other than that, like, whenever he's hit, each time he's getting those black flashes, this might honestly be, you know, more overpowered. I don't know. When he gets cooking, if he's hitting all the black flashes, he's just gonna go Insano style. That's why I thought, you know, if he's in zone state, the maximum amount of black flash potential is only from this skill. So I feel like it can't truly be abused from the fact that you know, you only have a 40% black flash rate and it's only on this attack. So like, if you really wanted to in a vacuum, you could hit this ult and then just keep spamming these until you just stop, until you run out of zone. You could just spam this until you run out of zone. And plus you have this guy taking damage for you, as well as your own character has like regeneration on top of the decreases damage and immunity to critical damage. Dude, Let me know what you guys think. I kind of think that he might be if this were an actual unit, he might be the best unit in the game for a while. I'm being so for real right now. And I've tried tampering him down multiple times. Multiple times. So, you know, I could sit here and be like, okay, no more damage decrease or no additional action, but then he just feels kind of samey, like he's not doing anything unique or special. So, I mean, if I wanted to, I could probably maybe, I don't know, 100%. I don't know. I'm going to leave it as this for now. I want you guys to let me know what you guys think in the comments. If this was a real character, would you be summoning on his banner? Would you be trying to get this guy? Because I definitely would be, and I think he might be in contention for up there and one of the best units in the game. So let me know what you guys think, and thank you guys so much for watching. Thank everyone who either commented on this post or voted on this post, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.